Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to another episode of Fun Fishing Friday. Happy New Year. It is officially New Year's Eve, which is absolutely insane. And I find that today's topic goes right with that. So thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here, I'm Wannabe NPC. I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch and a YouTube content creator. So I'm really excited to hang out with you. Make sure you check out my Ko-Fi for blog posts, shop items, for your self-care needs and streamer tips. And follow me on different social medias by going to my link tree. So I can't wait to get started, and I'll talk to you soon. So this is really exciting because it is our first New Year's episode of Fun Fishing Friday. So far it seems like the series is going on pretty well, and I'm really excited about that. And today we are talking about making time for what you love, which I think is a perfect thing to talk about in the start of the new year. Now, this idea actually came from a conversation that I had with one of my best friends, and she and I were talking about different ideas for Fun Fishing Friday. And she asked me, how do you make time to stream? How do you make time to do the things that you love to do? And she posed that as an idea for this Fun Fishing Friday. So if you happen to watch this, thank you, my friend. You know who you are. And I thought it would be such a great idea because when we are starting off the new year, a lot of people create resolutions, they create goals, and what better goal to have than to do more of what you love to do. And streaming has become the thing that I really love to do, as we talked about in one of the previous episodes about finding your own passions. And like I said, New Year's is a time for new goals, new beginnings. And it can be really hard to make time for the things that you really love to do. It can be really hard to make time for self-care. I mean, we talk about that all the time over on Twitch during streams and in other videos on YouTube right here. So making time for what I love has not always been easy. It's still not easy. When you have a bunch of different responsibilities or things that you're trying to take care of or people that you're trying to take care of, right? A lot of us have different families. Maybe we're trying to take care of our parents, grandparents, our own children, and our friends. Let's be honest, maybe our partners too. When you're in a relationship with somebody, it's two people trying to hold each other's stuff. You're not holding your own stuff anymore. You're holding both your stuff and somebody else's stuff. And it can be hard to make the time that's just right for you. So something that I kind of adopted over the last couple years was calendar blocking. Calendar blocking is something that I heard of from watching Amy Landino's YouTube videos. And now I bullet journal as well. So when I first learned about calendar blocking, I really recommend looking at Amy Landino's videos. She's absolutely incredible in terms of having lots of productivity tips about motivation. And honestly, I don't really do any of the stuff that I used to do when I was watching her videos. But I still think she's great and she's an amazing content creator. So what I kind of learned from there is about how to block your time off, and she plans pretty much every single minute of her day. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that. Maybe that's not your style, but it can be helpful to create some kind of outline for what you want your day to look like. Let's say most days I wake up around 7:30. I wake up around 7:30. I'm working around 8. I end work around 4 or 5 o'clock, maybe later some days. So I know that I'm booked from 7 to at least 4 o'clock each day. So what do I do with the time afterwards? I know that I have to make time for dinner with my family. So that takes, let's say, a half hour to an hour. So I make that time slot available for them. And then after that, I make time slots for streaming. I usually stream around, let's say, 8 p.m. to at least 10 p.m. Sometimes I go later. But I also have to take into account sleep, which is a big part of my self-care. My body is really sensitive to having low energy. I'm often feeling fatigued. So already so much time is blocked out. So I may have an hour in between dinner and streaming, maybe, but I might have to clean during that time. I may have to do some chores during that time. I may need to record YouTube content during that time. I may even still be working during that time. So every day kind of looks different, and that's where the difficulties come in. And I also have, church that I need to go to on weekends. I used to volunteer in church and teach 7th graders the catechism. So that was before I started streaming. I don't really do that anymore, but it's something I'm thinking about returning to in the future, depending on how my work schedule goes. I also need to make time to make products to put in my Ko-Fi shop. It could be a lot to balance everything. And I also want to make time to study on Duolingo. I want to make time to read. But there are things that are obstacles, excuse my stuttering, obstacles that come about when you have so many things on your plate that you want to do. And to the people that talk to me regularly, you know that I'm always saying, I wish the days were longer. I wish there were more than 24 hours in a day, because I feel like I don't do enough during the day. Me working feels like it's not enough, so I feel like I need to do more to feel more productive. Now, I don't think this is the healthiest mindset to have, because I think that I don't prioritize my rest. I think that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I do, but a lot of the times I don't. I'm constantly trying to create content if I'm not working. If I'm not creating content, I'm probably working or studying or something. And that's me without a partner, me without kids, and no one I really have to take care of the way that I used to. And so you would think that frees up a lot of time, but it doesn't always. And so I can only imagine what it must be like for people that are parents or caretakers. But whatever it is, whether it's streaming or something else, you need to plan time in your week for you. It's absolutely necessary. And so I try to find ways to save time, create little hacks. I'm someone who would much rather pay a few extra dollars to get my groceries delivered than to go out grocery shopping. I know not everybody has the privilege of doing that, but that is a hack for me, because it is worth it. I legitimately hate spending all that time grocery shopping because it takes me forever. I'm someone who moves slowly because that's just how my brain works. And I would rather use that time to do some self-care or to create content or get a couple hours of work in. I would much rather do that than go out grocery shopping. I plan out time slots to clean. I plan out time slots to exercise. That one pretty much goes to the wayside most of the time. But when I have it planned out in my journal or in my calendar, it makes things a lot easier. I'm a firm believer that you can make the time for what you want to do in your life. You just have to really sit down, plan it out, and make it happen. Use calendar blocking, use journaling, use a to-do list, whatever your system is. Find it and utilize it. That's my personal recommendation. So I really want to know what your goals are for this year. What are the things that you are striving for this year? Now, I don't know if this is in the cards, but I really would love to be a Twitch partner by the end of the year. I have no idea how to make that happen. That is something I'm trying to figure out, which means I need to put in the time to do what I love, and I love creating content. And this is never something I thought I would actually do, even though it has always been something I've secretly wanted. I remember being young and wanting to be like a YouTuber, but I've always been like, what the heck am I gonna actually create? I have no idea what to create. So that's definitely one of my goals. Again, don't know if we're gonna get there, but we're gonna try. We're gonna do our best. And I think being around people that motivate you is a key into making time for doing what you love to do. When you have people that are making you a better you around you, good friends, good partners, good family, anybody that you feel like helps you be the best you, will help you stay motivated for your goals. When I was going to the gym, notice I say was because it's totally, like I said, there are things that are sacrificed when you're trying to make time for everything, right? And exercise is just not a priority for me right now. I've kind of switched to, I want some joyful movement each day. So whether that means a couple push-ups or just walking outside and feeling the sun on my face, that to me is what I'm counting as my movement as of right now, because that is what is helping me take better care of myself. So where was I? I lost my train of thought. Being around good people. So when I was going to the gym, I went with 2 of my friends, and without them, I was not gonna go to the gym. They helped keep me motivated. They inspire me. When I see my friends still going to the gym, even though I kind of fell off, I hype her up. I'm like, you are doing awesome. So you need hype people in your life, because when somebody hypes me up and says, hey NPC, I think you could actually get partner one day, that makes me 1,000 times more motivated to keep trying. So find people that are your cheerleaders, that are your hype people, because every single one of us needs that. Every single one of us needs that. The other goals that I have this year is I kind of want to learn how to do crow pose in yoga and actually hold it for more than a second. I can sometimes do it, but the most I can hold it for is maybe 2 seconds. Maybe. That is a strong maybe. And my third goal this year is to get really close to getting my next certification for my job. When I get that certification, I am going to be so excited, because that'll be the next step in my career. And I just want to be really close to that. I don't know if I could achieve that in a year, but we're going to try. Notice how I'm saying I don't know. I don't know how these things are going to go. But I'm still going to try my best to make time for doing what I love. And sometimes it doesn't always happen. So I don't want you to beat yourself up. As I always say, please, please, please be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your goals. Don't be so hard on yourself if you don't reach them right away. Sometimes it's not about setting the time that you want to complete these things by. It's just about creating smaller steps. You are planting the seeds for yourself to grow and blossom into the person you really want to be, to the better version of you. You're already great, but we as humans want to strive for more. We want to grow even better, and that is such an epic aspect of being human. It's quite incredible, really. So, the other piece of this, to make your goals kind of work for you, is creating an environment that stimulates you. So that goes back to creating friendships that you feel like will help motivate you, but also, where are you doing your work? Where are you working on these goals? Is it a gym that you really love to be at? Is it in a library that you love to spend time at? Are you at a coffee shop? Literally, what is your environment? As I mentioned in my previous video, my friends and family, who I'm really, really privileged to have, helped redecorate my office. And being in this new environment is making me more excited about my goals. I feel like I have more space to move my body. I feel like I'm more organized and like I'm in a cleaner area. Do the things that help you feel like you can really work in this place long term and get the life that you want to have. It's so important to make time for yourself, because if we are not taking care of ourselves, we cannot take care of other people. So I really, really want you to be able to do this for yourself. It's so, so important. So I know that I've talked about a lot. We've talked about setting goals for the new year. I would love, love, love for you to comment below what your goals are for this year, 2022. I cannot believe it. I feel like the last 2 years are just flying by with everything happening in the world. So please let me know what your goals are. Check out Amy Landino if you're feeling pumped up about this stuff, and look at her videos on calendar blocking. And create maybe your own calendar, maybe your own ideal calendar. And let's say you don't really go by your ideal calendar. Know that that's okay. It's alright. But you've created some kind of outline for yourself of how you want your life to look. And that might motivate you. Sometimes just writing things down can go so far in getting your thoughts out, feeling a little calmer, and creating the life that you really want to have. We talked about my personal experiences, my responsibilities. Everybody has different responsibilities, different families, different friends, different people that they have to take care of. Once again, you need to prioritize yourself. Again, excuse my stutters, it's always going to happen. But prioritize you. I believe that you can make time for what you want in your life. You just have to go for it. Now, I really appreciate everybody for watching this video and just listening along. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and maybe any suggestions you want for next videos. I'd love to talk more with you in the Discord or on my social media, so don't forget to click those links in the description box below. And we also have a new self-care packet for you to plan out your life, if that is something you want to try. Thank you for watching, and Happy New Year.